everyone in Katribu. I'm Dina Ventura.
And I'm Francine Marquez.
And welcome to Pairfect.
Hi, Dina.
Hi, Francine. Wednesday.
Yes, and we're doing our ultimate gray look today, Pantone color of the year.
Yeah. Well, you are. I'm not in gray.
Well, let's just pretend.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a special guest right now. Somebody we can really learn from.
Yes, I'm excited.
Especially right now, like we just started working on Pairfect together last year. So we had our hits and misses also, but always fun.
Yes, so, learning experiences.
Yes. So today our guest will be taking the other side of the screen.
Okay.
As our guest, we'll be interviewing her instead of the usual. We see her in a lot of our press events.
She's a very familiar face.
Pre-COVID, during COVID, she's just so amazing.
Yes.
She's able to pivot and navigate the new normal. And she's the head trainer and COO of Lit Corporation, a company focused on hosting, management, communications, training, and digital content creation. But she's also a 3-time Aliu awardee for Best Female MC. She's the 2020 Best Host. Can you imagine a time of pandemic?
2020 Best Lifestyle Host.
So that's quite a lot. She also got awards from PMPC, Star Awards, and Best Lifestyle Show Host. She also had she also received the United Nations and UNESCO Award for continuing lifestyle. For continuing lifestyle. I think it's still about hosting, but also about communications.
Yes.
So let's welcome her, Miss Issa Litton, in our studio.
Woohoo! Hello, Issa.
Hi, what an intro. It's for community relations. UNESCO awardee for community relations. Yeah. It was for my work in PTV4 because of my show, Shika, at that time. And we were serving the community with our daily morning show. So I credit my producers for exposing me to that. So it was helping the community. Hi, Dina. Hello.
You look so good, Parang so fresh.
Francine, hi. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Sorry, ako. Kailangan ko talaga mag-workshop sa'yo. Medyo parang, okay, so ano na lang.
Chika lang.
Chika tayo. Yeah. So we want to know, how have you been in 2021 so far?
It's a good start. I have my share, syempre, the hostings there. I've had a good share of hostings for the month of January. A lot of awarding, and a lot of syempre, what do you call them? Kickoffs. A lot of corporate companies are trying to boost the morale of their employees. So a lot of kickoffs and showing the plans for the year to them. And you want to start high. But on the other side, even with online training, because of my online impact webinar, which is to upgrade your online presence and delivery. Some clients last year are repeating this year because they want to maintain the momentum that their employees or their department staffs have learned. So it's so nice that they're like, Issa, refresher course. So I was like, oh, thank you for believing in what I'm doing. They're like, we're seeing results, so we're happy. So nakakataba ng puso when I hear that.
But Issa, you're one of the most recognizable faces in hosting, diba? We'd like to know how you got into that. How did you get into hosting, and when did you realize this was your calling?
Okay, there are two stories behind that. One is in TV. I was still in college. I began in college. I actually thought I was auditioning for a play. I was part of Tanghalang Ateneo. And of course, when you're young, like 8, 19, 20, go lang ng go, right? Actually, till now naman attitude ko, go lang ng go. Diba? So parang go lang, try lang. So when I got there, the director, I still remember him. He direct Jeff, if he's still, direct Jeff Reyes. He was like, memorize as much as you can. He plops down this thick manuscript in front of me. Memorize as much as you can and deliver in 10 minutes. I actually have a very good memory because I love Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare plays. I can memorize word for word. Talagang, So I did it. And then he asks my name. I'm like, okay, you got the job. Good. What's the job? Ganun pa ako talaga. Walang alam, di ba? He's like, you don't even know what you're auditioning for? Not really. I just saw the hindi pa text doon. Beeper lang. Oh my gosh. Beeper. Di ba? College 1999. Mga ganun. 1998, 1999. So, yeah. And then he's like, it's a TV show. It was the centennial celebration. Yun, 1998.
Yes.
Diba? The 100 years of the Philippines.
Yes.
Tama ba?
Yes.
So it was a centennial celebration show on RPN9. And the crew and the production crew there was also part of Viva Vintage. They handled the PBA at the time. So, nung I did the show, rin-recommend it really nanganganak. In this industry, as a host, nanganganak lahat yan. The world is so small. So, rin-recommend, may host ako. Pinasok ako sa PBA. And then from PBA, nakita ko ng isang online hindi na online pa at the time. Car show. Go lang. And then I had a travel show with Eric and Epi Quezon. Go lang ako ng go at the time. And I was still in college. I started working in TV when I was in college.
Wow.
Now for events, it's different. Model ako. Siyempre, pag feeling you college again, gusto mo, feeling mo, woo, hair flip, mga ganyan-ganyan, di ba? Yung mga, Vogue. Alam mo, come on, I'm sure you remember what it was like.
Yes, of course.
Diba? So, modeling, nasa mall yata kami nun. And so, final tableau, pose. May yung host, natatandaan ko lang, are you guys having fun? Parang, are you guys having fun? Nandito lang siya. Nakapost ako sa likod. Di ba? Parang ganun, whatever, pose. Parang, nakatingin lang ako sa kanya. And then, since she was within arm's reach, I just tapped her and like, excuse me, may I? Yo! Parang, I need to know if you're having fun. Parang, wala lang. I mean, I didn't even think about it, right? That's why the story is when it's written, I just grabbed the mic in a fashion show and did something. And then pagbaba namin, exit models, ginanon na ako nung floor director, gusto ko kakausapin niya direct. I'm like, may ginawa ba akong mali? So like, no, ano pangalan mo? Ganyan, ka, pasok ka dito. And then it started in bar tours. Remember, parang be it cigarette brands or alcoholic brands, we would hit 3 bars a night. So for a college student, I would get like 2.5 per bar. 7.5 per night, 3 times a week, times 3.
Lucrative.
For a college student, diba? I was in 2nd, 3rd year college at the time. And we would only have games. Kunyari, brand, diba? Parang, unahan mag-ubos ng drink. Diba? Yung ganun ba? So we'd hit a bar. Hi, we're the blah, blah, blah girls. And then, I need 3 volunteers. And then, in 3, 2, 1, the fastest one to finish your drink gets a prize. Yay, picture, then go to the next bar. I mean, that's where it started. Until I ended up in Dish. Small world. I'm sure you know who owned, but I didn't meet him at the time. I'm just making that clear right now. Hindi ko pa nakikilala si Philip at the time.
Okay.
It was actually co-owned by my dad's cousin, Uncle Issa Litton.
Yes.
And the crowd in Dish was the corporate crowd. So I had this monthly thing with it was with Smart Z pa. It was to celebrate birthdays, diba? So the VIPs. Kunyari Pisces ka, I'll be the one. Let's play a fishing game. Parang binabagayan ba? Kung Libra ka, you balance something, tapos parang relay. Parang mga ganun lang. So I'd facilitate the games. But again, I was introduced not just to a party crowd, suddenly the corporate crowd started to see me.
Nag-expand yung market.
Yes, it just, again, because of where I was, doing my thing, hosting, playing games at the time. So they're like, hey, come host our Christmas party. Then from hosting their Christmas parties, host our national conferences, conventions, launch. It just kept ballooning. Nanganganak.
Pero of course, Issa, everybody knows your dad is Johnny Litton, di ba?
Nope.
Sorry.
Uncle Johnny is the youngest brother of my grandpa.
Ayun.
So my dad is his nephew.
Okay.
I'm his great niece. I'm another generation.
Thank you for
pa.
clearing that up. But the Litton name is well known for hosting, di ba? So that helped.
I won't deny that. It helps. A lot of people at the time would ask me, kaano-ano mo si Johnny? And to be honest also, until I was in college, I didn't know who he was.
Oh,
Because
really?
because he's the brother of grandpa. Eh, di ba even with you, pag family celebrations, dun lang kayo sa lolo nyo. Lola mo.
Yes,
Hindi
yes,
sa kapatid. Kasi that's
Yes.
angkan.
That's true.
Di ba? So, you'd only see the big family if it's awake. Right? So, but of course, I was still young. Everyone was young. I kept hearing, kaano-ano si Johnny? Oh no, it's Johnny. So I had to ask Papa, who's Johnny? I wasn't allowed to watch his shows because it was
really?
10:30 onwards or near midnight.
Oh,
And he was
late
known for
night.
green jokes,
Yes.
adult humor, right? So I didn't know. I didn't watch until I was in the professional scene already. And I'm like, you're Uncle Johnny. And he's like, I've been hearing your name. And till this day, he's like, you make me so proud. So
that's nice.
it helps. I am the first to say, having the Litton name and at the standard Uncle Johnny set it, is the Johnny Litton. Diba? It does help. And it's maintaining that standard, I'd like to believe.
Parang it runs in the blood, no? It's always been the public eye.
After all, my sister also, Cheska.
Yes,
my sister
I
Cheska
know.
hosts.
Kaya nga eh, parang so it's so easy to assume that it's like,
So let's do a bit of flashback, like the pandemic that started in 2020. What were the thoughts that run in your head when lockdown was declared, the events industry was heavily affected, a lot of people lost jobs? What ran in your head? What were you thinking?
No denying it. Fear. What's gonna happen? Diba? Because as of March pa lang,
wala na.
Postpone. Isa, postpone muna.
Okay.
Diba? You have it lined up. I mean, I've always had the immense blessings of naka-line up na yan. I'm assured, nakabook na 2 next week. Tapos 2 more next week. Biglang nawala one by one. Of course, you're like, wait a second, what's happening here? Because I am a freelancer, so what's the term? Isang kayod, isang tuka. Sorry.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Diba? It is that. It's kahig. There you go. So sorry. It is that. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
I don't have the stability of a corporate job, of a monthly salary.
Yeah.
I don't. So if I don't work, I don't get anything. So of course I was very, very scared. I was afraid what's gonna happen. Where is my income gonna come in? Of course I have savings. I'm a good saver. I believe in that also. But the future was definitely what's happening.
Uncertain.
Everyone's just saying, sana sandali lang to. Sana sandali lang to.
How packed was your schedule at the time? Like March. So hanggang May, you already have schedule?
I even had till October na ha.
Oh,
wow.
I can be that ahead booking wise. Especially if it's awarding. Weddings especially 2 years from now, nakabook na yan. If you ask wedding hosts, it's that far ahead. Kasi as soon as they get engaged and the couple wants you, ibubook ka na. As soon as they know their wedding date. So for weddings. But for corporate, at least 6 months. That 6 months in advance, you can be booked ahead na. So
March, unti-unti, clients were calling you.
Natanggal lahat. The events companies, the production companies are like, is on hold. Then is canceled. On hold, okay pa eh. Diba? Is postponed, okay pa eh. But biglang, is canceled. Aray.
Wow. Okay.
So what did you do?
Wala.
Unti-unti.
Yeah. And
my first job came the Monday after Easter Sunday. Is that April 12, 13? Diba? And it was so soon for me. It was an online selling platform. I don't say brands, diba? Yeah. Online selling platform. And I was like, ha? Magbibenta na? Pandemic pa? Diba? When I got asked. Right. Even I was like, teka, hindi ba insensitive to? Ganyan. And then they're like, the one who hired me was like, Is, we trust you know what to say kasi. Okay. Okay, ganun pala yun. Okay. Sige. Which it was. It came to me na, sige, let's do self-care. Which was needed.
Yes.
And it was a self-care product for skin, for ganyan. But again, I just gave it my own spin. That's when the Issa comes in. Now, it's not all scripted. The script is just what are the ingredients, how much per bottle, right? But how to sell it, it was me. I think it's because kanina when we were off air, you were saying which part is Issa and which part is the production, meaning the script with the blah, blah, blah. So for that first one, it was mostly me.
So that was I would say
the start na.
Learning experience yun for you, I'm sure, di ba?
Yes, doing it on your feet and being authentic. If it's one thing I really learned from the pandemic, hindi pwedeng fake. And you have to be as real as possible. How can you go in, can you imagine April if someone's like, hi everybody, I'm in my palace and I'm having so much fun. Like, can you, saan pa rin ang gustong gawin sa'yo ng audience mo, di ba? Come on.
Yeah, of course.
Diba?
People can see through that
Exactly. Now, I'm so fine. I'm okay. I mean, no, I wasn't fine. I learned how authenticity and being real
is
helps
so important.
Connect. Yes. That was one of the biggest lessons during the pandemic. And even till now, for 2021, bagayan nyo yung panahon. Don't just say just because the economy is restarting and all that, na back to normal. No, it's baby steps.
Yeah.
And as long as you are real with who you're talking to, you connect better.
Right. So what were the factors that helped you make that pivot online? Like, di ba, ang hirap. Kasi from being face-to-face, physical, ganyan, biglang you're just talking to people on screen.
Yeah, and then I also there was also a question that came across some friends of mine who are into the public relations business. Kailangan mo talaga ng host?
Ayun.
Online lang to eh. So, but then we realized, we need
yes,
one
we do.
to organize.
Yeah, kwento.
Yeah. Okay, here's something a lot of people don't know about me, and it came in handy. I have a production background. That's why when people are saying, did you struggle during the time of, during this pivot or this transition to the online world? I don't mean it in yabang at all. No, because I run sets. I used to be an assistant director. I trained as a PA under Direk Marilu Diaz Abaya. Her husband, Bossing Abaya, hired me for commercials, Direk Dante Datu. And then later on, one of my own thesis mates, who's now a practicing director in the United States, Mariha Mora, we did like over 40 music videos together, a bunch of commercials, films, full feature films, short films under her. And I was in charge of her set, even a reality show. What's this? Philippine Runway TV. Project Runway TV.
Yeah.
There.
Yes.
First season. A reality show pa yun. Yun, walang tulog. And my panganay at the time, I was still breastfeeding.
Oh.
Can you imagine? So I just feed, go to the set, pump milk, go back to the set. So, again, go lang nang go.
Go lang nang go. Gusto ko yan.
Go lang nang go. And plus, I was with friends. So I love working with production people. So what does that mean, assistant director? I watch the director of photography or the cameraman set up the camera, how they place the tripod, paano sila umangle. I don't just, bala na kayo dyan. Pinapanood ko. Sinusubaybayan ko. I learned that. 2, lighting. Saan ba ilaw? Diba? Chikahin mo habang nagsiset up. Kailangan dito. I mean, it's not just, tapos na ba kayo? I always like to get involved. In fact, that's how I became an assistant director. I was a model. Ayan, modeling, commercial days. I kept wondering, take 95 na, bakit hindi makuha yung shot? Dali out, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And then, I'd be like, I just started talking to people at the time of the commercial. When he says action, you jump, count to 3, you say, yehey, and then you, palakpakan kayo dito. I just started talking to my co-models para makauwi na kami lahat. Diba? And again, the AD and the director of that commercial noticed what I was doing. It's like you have the makings of an AD. Like mag-second or assistant director ka sa assistant director namin. And I would observe what they do. So you run the set. And yun nga, so lights, I always like to be involved. How does it go? Not just half-baked. So, lights, I'd watch. Sounds, paano ba yung setup? Saan best ikakabit yan para hindi nagsascratch? PD, production design. Background, di ba? How do you set up the set para mukhang bahay, mukhang ganon. So, every element of production, even editing,
yes, you should
I would
be involved.
go. And I'd find out, I'd learn. So when you'd ask me, how did you pivot? How did you, everyone saying, ang hirap ng setup. I just called my tech friends, ano yung Kang? Okay, ito lang, okay, game, got it. Framing, I know framing na, alam ko na to. Yung mga ganun ba? I took it up before and I applied it already. So that's the pivot. I just brought out something I already learned a long time ago and was I, even I practiced for a while and then I just focused on hosting, but it's built in me.
Yes, I think so. That's the secret.
It's the core, no?
Yeah.
Already, right? So that was a big help. And then I noticed, and yun, when people were struggling, I'd point it out. So I put together what I knew in a presentation. Kasi nga, even with friends, it started with me helping out friends or when I'd host for clients. Like, blah, blah, blah. They'd be like, sir, your camera tilted up. I only see your forehead. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, Is, can you teach us?
Ayun.
It started like that. To na, huh? Like, sige na, teach us.
Ang galing how you
okay, I'll try to put it. Because people would ask.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was able to put some, just what I knew na, what I used to practice, put it in a PowerPoint, made it into a webinar. And next thing you know, I have all these, my corporate clients who would get me as a host would hire me because they want their people to do and be as confident with what I was doing. Because they may not be hosting, but they talk to, like, they present to their bosses this way. Or they have to sell to clients this way. All communications, even meetings, parang ang gulo, lahat na lang, puro mute, ganyan-ganyan, di ba? You're on mute.
Yes.
Walang nangyayari sa meeting, kundi you're on mute.
Yeah, kasi ang hirap din eh. Like right now, you're coming across us as a very warm person. And parang sometimes there's a barrier. Well, some people are thinking there's a barrier between the screen and actually talking to someone
face to face. Yes.
So
I'm actually doing it already, but until I point it out, you probably won't know. I teach it. But you can that's exactly what I keep also it's part of the webinar. It's the how do you connect even through this medium. And I'm doing it, but I don't want to point it out. Enroll na lang kayo sa webinar ko. It looks so obvious until I actually point it out. That's the thing with that was one of the challenges of selling what it is I know. It was in even naming what I offered. I started calling it first. For my first webinar, I called it Online Hosting 101. Ang daming na-turn off sa 101 kasi may hosting experience na ako. Hindi ko kailangan yan. Diba? Yung mga ganon. So, na-turn off daw sila doon. Or, I don't like to be a host naman. I don't want to be a host. I don't need that.
May ganon.
So, So, no, mali. Rebranding. But then for those who attended, this is what my company needs.
Ayun.
This is what my boss needs. This is what our people need. Diba? So, I changed it to online impact, upgrade your online presence and delivery. How you look and how you sound.
Very
Instead
nice.
of also, exactly, versus calling it online communications. Again, people don't like that because I already know how to communicate. Ang kalaban ko, it's always thinking, alam ko na yan. Alam ko na yan. Until I point certain things out, they're like,
Hindi pa pala alam. Okay.
Marami pang matutunan.
Yeah.
Which brings us to my next question. You're the COO and head trainer of Lit Corp. We want to know more about it. What's the story? Is it a company born during the pandemic? But before you answer, let's pause for a break.
We'll be
Magsha-shopping na lang ako. Hello, can I get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slides, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my hashtag 143SM. Call to the... Wait lang. Okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa... cancel ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami mag-deliver.
Call to deliver. Call hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call hashtag 143SM. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call na rin kayo. Call to deliver.
Hello, and we're back. I'm Francine Marquez, and I'm with my co-host,
Dina
Dina Ventura. And we're with our amazing guest for today, Miss Issa Litton. Hello again.
Oh, thank you.
So, before
Nakakataba ng puso yung mga ganyang compliment, ah.
Oh, but it's true. So before we had our break, we were asking you, yes, we were asking you about your company, Lit Corp. Was it a company that was born during the pandemic, or has it been there all along? Tell us more about it.
I started 2019, actually, with the intention first of training and managing hosts. I wanted to pass the baton.
Okay.
Diba? Parang, I know I won't do this forever, but I do have a wealth of experience that I'd like to share. And of course, black and white. Why can't I earn from it? Diba?
Yeah.
So yeah. I have an amazing, I approached friends first. Mika Pineda was someone who played my daughter in a stage play. Anne Gauthier is also another stage friend. Yuki Higson was a vlogger who helped me before with my women empowerment events. There was something about them that I just said, do you want to give this a try? Because I needed also some, the ones I was eyeing were someone who would appeal to the market that I personally host to. Because syempre yung inquiries for me. But if I'm not available, kunyari, I can refer them. Or if they have a junior host, right? If they're looking for a friendlier budget host. So yeah, I started there. I trained them first for live events hosting. In fact, I had a workshop for live events, even with the likes of coaches attended.
When was the
yeah.
first time? When was your first webinar, diba?
Was it August of 2019? It wasn't a webinar yet.
Okay.
I went to 9th Studio along Pasay Avenue, Pasay in Makati. It was a dance studio, a dance Pilates type studio, not Pilates, but it's a studio. And I just put it together because it was still live at the time. And I would teach live events hosting, which actually I used to teach in Star Magic before.
So you had
in Star Magic.
So you had an existing module, parang ganon? Or you devised
Yeah,
it
parang
along
I
the
already
way?
would build on how to do this, do that. In fact, Marky Strom, Gretchen Ho were the Star Magic, my Star Magic first batch. The ones who I taught. I had 2 days with them. So parang, passing on certain points. Again, presence and delivery. Na parang, malikot ka masyado, hindi kita maintindihan. Basically, those are the 2 things you first correct.
Okay, bigla ako na gano'n.
Pero how would you compare the level of satisfaction of hosting and teaching how to host?
Both very equally fulfilling, but again, it's 2 sides. Iba eh. It's like asking me before, what would you make me choose? I love acting, but hosting is what was financially rewarding for me at the time, and I grew. But it doesn't mean pinabayaan ko yung love ko for acting. I'm still growing as an actor. In fact, now that I do have my hosts, I get to act more in telenovelas, in films. I really, really love to act. And especially now, the roles offered to me are so much more interesting than when I was younger, who you're either the mahadera or the, diba? You know what I mean? Especially mestiza pa man din ako, you were always, typecast as something. Now, even if you're a mom, there are so many kinds of mothers, and I'm having fun with that one. Diba? Or the fun tita.
Pero hosting still is still a big part of what you do every day.
Oh yes, that's one thing I am hoping to clarify. Just because I'm mentoring now doesn't mean I'm out of the picture. Excuse me, I think I still have 10, 20 years to go if Uncle Johnny's my peg.
Of course.
Right?
Yes, of course.
Uncle Johnny's still hosting in his 80s. Come on.
So,
right?
From your pandemic experience, because you never stopped working during the pandemic or last year, right? So, how different is hosting now and before
online?
Now?
Very different. There. So I wanted to say I started One Lit Corp in 2019 for live events. Then the pandemic happened, and when clients who would get me to host asked me, can you teach our people? Can you teach me that, what you're doing? You seem so comfortable with this medium.
Yeah.
I had to retrain, sorry, my dogs. I had to retrain my hosts to also adapt to this, to the online medium.
Yes.
And again, funny enough, remember I first called it Hosting 101, and it translated to the corporate world. So One Lit as a training company emerged.
Galing,
And even content creation, we took it a step further. Now, okay, you have your own webinar or maybe an AVP. Because again, I have the talents, I have the connections to production people, to writers, to directors, to cameramen, Why not? We're all trying to help each other out.
Right.
To offer jobs. Ako yung may connection, diba? Ako yung nag-i-inquire sila. It starts with, Isa, can you also offer this? Can you also offer that? Good thing na lang when I signed up for, One Lit Corp, you just put na lang a lot, you check, events, ganyan, di ba? Parang consultancy, blah, blah, blah. Parang you thought na lang in the future when you were registering. Ano pa ba? What can I be? I may not be able to do it now, but maybe it's something I can do in the future. So, yes, I mean, to be strict with the rules of registration, SEC, and all that.
Pero
we were able to tick those boxes naman.
Not a lot of people can excel in what you do, diba? Hosting, diba? Even if you train them. So it's really such a small small community that can do what you do, diba? But then people nowadays, parang we realize the need for some kind of training to face audiences, whatever it may be, diba? On cam or in a computer, I don't know, on a screen. So maybe what can you say? What can you advise those people na hindi naman talaga mag-full-time hosting, but would just
want to communicate well, right?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, and everybody needs to communicate. It's a human need. It's a need. It's something you can't stop yourself from doing. So don't stop, but it comes natural. Improve it. Be good at it. Right? Kaya nga ayaw mong lost in communication, lost in translation, and all that. But wait, you reminded me of what Gretchen Ho actually asked me during those days I was still teaching in Star Magic. She asked me, Miss Isa, can anyone host? Do I say the truth or I was a teacher? Wait, diba? See, what role do I have? What hat do I have? I was a teacher then. And as a teacher, you want to encourage. You want to empower. You want to, So I said, my answer to her was, you will find your niche. As long as you communicate well, you speak well, you have something worth saying. Please, that's another thing. I don't advocate buga ka lang ng buga pero wala namang laman. No, that's not my point. And I don't stand for that. Right? You will find your niche. Be it you start in family gatherings, family parties, someone will watch you. Someone will see you. And if you're any good, you will be picked up.
Yeah.
That's why you can't drop the ball. I'm still here. All because someone saw me doing this and that. Ay, nakita ko yan.
Go kasi yung attitude. right?
Yeah, and even if I wasn't, again, even at my first business conference, what do I know about business? Listen, that's all you need. The host doesn't have to have the answers. That's what the speakers are for. That's what the experts are for. Diba? Know your place. So those are things I point out na, oo nga, ba't ka matatakot? It's your job to ask.
Wow. Galing, oh.
Ang sarap naman mapakinggan si Issa about her
Isa,
advice,
what
her
about
experiences. No?
looks? Like, di ba, you have to present yourself a certain way in that box, di ba? So, meron ka rin
Especially in corporate.
Oo. So, like, did it change or did you have to make any adjustments when it came to, like, clothes, your voice, ganyan?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, boys, no. You really change. Again, wait, nasa webinar ko yon. Enroll kayo. That one, I'll talk about that later.
Yes.
But how you look, yes. Of course, me during remember my bar, the bar tours?
Yes.
I can show up like that for a business conference. Oh, di ba? Bar tour is you dress sexy, spaghetti strap, tube top, no problem, jeans, boots. Of course, I can't do that when bagayan nyo. Yun lang naman yun. Sino ba kausap mo? Wedding. O, naka-rip jeans ka ba? Kung mag-host ka ng wedding. Diba?
Oh, so parang
but
do your homework, adjust your... To
yes,
the
what's the
event.
company culture? They're like, bawal talaga sa amin sleeveless. Yes, stuff like that. What are the brand colors? O, nakikiliti ang clients dyan. If they're like, alam niyo yung brand colors namin. Diba? Look at their logos. So, they'll be like, aha. Yeah, and please, this is the most basic. Neat naman, di ba? I mean, walang eye bag, walang muta. I mean, come on, di ba? Hindi oily.
Oo. Nako.
I'd like to think naman,
kailangan
basic
natin
na yan.
matuto.
Basic, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Noted.
Oo, oiliness is next to ungodliness daw, sabi.
Especially online. Bakit? Ang dami niyong ilaw. Mantika yan.
Mantika talaga.
Powder is my best friend next to me. O, diba?
Ayan talaga. Ayan na. Revelation ng mga secrets behind the camera. Oo. So, we're not surprised at all that you've won a lot of awards for the kind of quality work that you put in. Yun nga, our question now is, what does these awards mean to you? Kasi you're already doing your passion. You're already living your passion. So, ano yung mga awards, trophies? What do they mean to you when you get one?
It's a cherry on top. Because you don't work alone.
Yes.
For like the PMPC, the UNESCO and all that, I have to credit my shows, my producers, diba? If they didn't hire me, yung host, ako lang yung front. I also, that's part of the philosophy I teach. Ikaw yung front, pero hindi ikaw yung nagra-run, of course you're a big part of the show, but there's a team behind you. It's a team effort. So I really want to recognize, like, Shika. At that time, Living It Up was for the PMPC. I was with Raymond Gutierrez, Tim Yap, Sam O. Diba? So we were a group. There was something we all offered. That's why we got that. But for the best female MC, especially in live events, the past two was, cherries on top, really. It's like, uy, ang sarap. Pero po, yung 2020, taking that home last year, I won't deny, I won't minimize it, it meant a lot.
Yeah.
It really did. Because it was not easy. And it just presented this hope. Kaya natin to. Kaya natin to. And more so, I wasn't, with offering the webinars, I'm not even being selfish with what I know.
Yeah, that's the secret to her success, I think.
Yes.
So, go, kaya natin to. Kaya natin to.
So parang nakita ko yung go attitude mo from younger years.
Yeah.
Nagkaroon naman ng go with a purpose.
Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi,
Again,
we're
what's
all
the point?
healing. It was a dark time, pero
Yeah.
may better days pa eh.
Yeah, it's just that openness ni Issa,
Oo.
that makes her go
Yeah.
even through pandemic.
Oo. So, parang ang hirap kaya
Thank
nun.
you. Ang hirap eh.
Ang hirap to put up an event. Tapos, okay, mag-promote tayo ng something, personal care.
Mahirap magdala ng different groups of people that you hardly know, di ba? And it's like you're
Yes.
talking to them across the screen. Di
No,
ba? That's
personally
hard.
ako, like, the first time I saw it was a medical company. So parang,
kamusta?
first time ko umattend ng online press conference. So, ano to? Ano mangyayari dito? Tapos even my PR friends said, nga di natin alam. Ano mangyayari dito? At least nandyan si Issa. She's the host. Okay, tingnan natin.
Thank you.
And you pulled it off. Organized. Okay.
So parang napansin ko din sa mga events that you've hosted that I've attended. It's like, you can nadadala mo yung mga tao. Kasi you observe. Like,
That's connection.
you can see, kunyari may konting lag, then you'll try to pull up the energy again. Parang, that's
Yun na
that's
bago
good.
May lag during the event.
Parang wala na nagsasalita.
Dips.
Parang,
Actually, dips. That's true.
Yeah.
Because sometimes coming from a speaker who may not match my energy, pero syempre, yun yung show.
Yeah.
Yung speaker mo yung laman ng event, di ba? Hindi naman ako, it's never the host.
yeah, that's true. Pero you have to keep it
put
together.
Exactly. So,
I mean,
it's not a lag, it's a dip.
Mm.
Put it back up because you want the people to still be engaged because hindi pa tapos yung show.
Tama.
May mangyayari pa. Eh di kawawa naman yung susunod.
Yeah. So,
Diba?
eto na tayo. We go to the best and worst hosting gigs.
ano ba, during the pandemic lang
we'd
or
like to
before
know
pa, mga memorable siguro.
Mga behind the scenes
Yeah.
na.
Oh boy. Okay, best and worst. You can't ask me for best, honestly, because it's always a group effort. Everyone really puts in the best effort. It's never perfect, huh? You're lucky if it's perfect, but that's when you know you did your job right. If you didn't feel what went wrong, so that's really a pro tip. But pag best, ang sarap. I love awardings, especially with what happened last year. So, ang dami pa rin companies. Thank you to the companies who still proceeded with their awarding ceremonies because your people deserve it. Thank you. So, it's not just giving people like me or production teams a job, but to really give that moment to recognize your own people. So, I love being part of awarding ceremonies. And I do my best na hindi lang to spiel. Okay, next category, blah, 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 blah. No. Make every single person receiving something, be it even a citation, lasapin nila. Diba?
Ganda.
So that's, I'd like to think that's my it's not my brand, at least it's what I teach. So that's one. I love award ceremonies. Launches kasi can be tricky diba? With launches, aminin na natin, you want people to feel like you need it, you want it.
Yeah. Tsaka last year, people were in quarantine. So, nasa bahay lang sila uma-attend siguro ng awarding ceremony.
Still, even more. That's why you want to up the ante na even if they're nakapambahay, you encourage them, especially ito, pag sabihin mong palakpakan, wala kang naririnig.
Naka-quarantine. Sa bahay.
Diba?
In those squares.
Exactly. Again, sa webinar ko yun. Yung mga ganung tips to make, di ba? Yung mga ganun. Pero it connects. You simulate, and it's really great when you see the comment section go, na-feel ko na parang awards pa rin. Na-feel ko yung ganun. Even if you're just coming across this square. Right? So awards, Okay, let's go to worst. Pag online, and again, this is where the value of teaching is already. Ito, I'll give it away na. Mic. Know your mic. Because, syempre, high-level discussions, diba? Pag roundtable discussions, ganyan-ganyan. You see, that's all the shows nowadays. You will bring experts to talk. You will bring key people to talk. If the key people don't know, because syempre, it's probably set up for them.
Yes.
Akala nila off na. So, eto, parang, thank you for your insights. Thank you. So, tinurn off na camera nila. Hindi alam na naka-on pa yung mic.
Oh my God.
What do you do as the host?
And of course, I'm here like, I'm doing my part. Thank you very much. So, wrap up. Don't forget, send us your comments, your suggestions. Watch us again next week. Nasa na kami ko! Again, send us your connection, comment section, hashtag, blah, blah, blah. Kape ko, nasa na? Thank you very, very much. Again, tune in.
So cool na cool pa rin si Issa.
Anong magagawa ko?
Sabihin mo, bigay na yung kape.
Ilalaglag ko ba kung sino yung... Buti na lang panel discussion niya. Hindi mo ma-pinpoint sino yung sumisigaw.
Oh!
Diba?
Funny.
And syempre, boss levels. Diba?
So, ano
If
lang.
you wanna search for that, bahala kayo. I'm not saying names. I'm not even saying the name of the show. You know, if it's online, it's there forever.
Isa pa yun, di ba? That's another thing you should think about.
Yes,
That is
especially
there.
pag ganito tayo on Facebook, diba? It's there forever unless someone puts down the link. That's online.
That's true.
Mindfulness.
Yes.
Yes.
Awareness.
Yes.
I teach that. With awareness comes intention.
Ayun.
Now you can do. Diba? Huwag yung mga akala ko alam ko na. Akala ko alam ko na. Be aware. And that's really, I think, the gold nuggets of my webinar. Yung mga, oo nga no. Oo nga no. Until it's pointed out, you can't maximize or utilize it to the best of your advantage.
Wow. So, marami na tayong mga golden nuggets of wisdom.
Wala pa yun.
Marami
We're just
na
like
hindi lang
skimming the
hosting,
surface.
pati life and career, no? So,
And, yeah.
we sort of trolled you on social media and we have some photographs na gusto namin itanong. Maybe just a little bit
Okay.
on caption this, parang ganun lang. Although may caption na.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, can we have our photos? First picture. Yan.
Ooh.
Ganda.
I was on the set with this was on the set of the movie with Angelica and Bea last year. The one with what's his name? Ian Veneracion and Richard Gutierrez. Si Best Unbreakable. There.
Gawa pa ng pelikula last year.
Yes, that was on the set. That was on the set. The one who played my husband said, "Isa, ang ganda ng lighting, diyan ka lang. Ayan, nag-smile ako.
Ang ganda nga.
So may mga behind the scenes na mga picture muna tayo.
Yeah, ang ganda ng makeup mo, sayang naman. Ang ganda pa ng lighting.
Immortalize
Diba? O, yan.
natin yan.
Yeah, but that was on the set of Unbreakable. Si Mamshi and si Bea. Yan.
Was that outside of Manila?
I
It
saw
looks
that
like a,
movie.
Was that?
out of
I think
Manila.
in the south. Was that near Alabang, Laguna? Somewhere in that area. Yeah.
So we have another picture.
Nako, ano to?
Yes. Eto.
There you go. This is it. My first workshop, live events workshop.
Oh,
Last
ang dami.
20
This was it in 2019.
Yeah.
To my right, well, your left of me, if you're looking at the camera, is one of my alagas. That's Mika Pineda. And to my left is Yana Laurel. Next to me, that's Yana Laurel. The one next to Mika
Theater.
is Christine De Chao. She talks about KonMari, about tidying up. And now when I see her in her webinars, I keep saying, Tin, you make me so proud because she was so soft-spoken. And
Let's invite her also.
Diba? So sabi na nga, your workshops help. I became more confident. Ganyan. So ang sarap, diba? When you watch people practice what they learn. Ang dami dyan. Si Igor was the singer of he's a wedding singer. Salads. Oh gosh. I forgot the name of his band. But then he MCs also. So he started hosting also. Or he was hosting already. So ang sarap, diba? To have people to really just say, hey, we want to learn from you. So thank you. Thank you for that. That was my workshop. My
Upscale
first
yung talent.
public live hosting workshop.
Wow. Galing. Do you still get to see them? Yung mga first batch? Tapos may
Yes!
you connect with
We're
them?
connected on Facebook. And it's nice sometimes when they'll send me a clip, coach, or coach or mentor, look at this. And I'm like, thank you for tagging me. Thank you for letting me know. And then meron akong hirit, ganito pa ha. So they get also a little feedback from me, diba? A little improve mo pa to, practice ka pa nito. And they're like, sige, thank you.
So talagang laking motivation din for the for the attendees.
Yeah.
Next picture. Ito.
There! This is my online class.
Online naman.
This was, Yeah, this is my first online, or is it my second batch? Yeah, here, hosts. I hope they don't mind me mentioning it. Mirza Season is here. Jed Manalo is a director. So it was a nice mix of hosts there. That's Echo Sala and Justin Quirino, two male hosts also. I had two directors here, Jed Manalo and Jet Loveria. The director said, and JL Lapus, they said they found this very helpful because they know how to direct their talents. Kung hindi raw magawa ng talent, they already say, do this, do that. So it helped them with directing. And that's Chi. That's Chi Atienza, the sister of Kuya Kim, who's actually also a pretty seasoned host herself. That's Jelly, Victor, in the bottom. There. So,
wow.
Instructor, si JP Tuason, he owns his own company also. So it's really a great mix of corporate people. And was Anna the one who wanted to teach a class? Someone was like, I'm an arts teacher and I'm going to start offering my lessons online. So some teachers as well. Yeah. So you can see the diverse group. Si Leia from the States pa yan. Si Leia, she logged in from the States. Like Viva Andrada O'Flynn. She was from London. I think she was like 11 p.m. to attend my class.
What was your topic about?
Grabe kasi
This
parang
is online
master...
impact.
Parang master
That's my
class.
online impact webinar.
Master class.
Yeah, I've been teased. It's a mass. Yeah, why I should go for
kasi
master
those
class.
are people we know already.
Yeah.
They're practitioners. And yet, ang ganda din na they're
They're
upscaling
still,
also
yeah.
their skills, di ba?
Which is very inspiring to everyone else because we support each other. We keep each other on our toes. And I want to who I want to thank on that is really Tim Yap. He was the first to sign up when I
Offered
posted my first poster. Isa, ako. Where's my link? Ikaw pala yung nagbayad. Ikaw yun. Yung nag-deposit. Oo, ako yung pinakauna. And the way Tim said it is we support each other. And he was after the trick na, how do you look like you're not reading? I'm like, mag-sign up kayo. Paano, ba't hindi halatang nagbabasa ka ng script? I'm like, sign up kayo, I'll show you. And he did. So he picked that up. And he's been helping promote, Isa, keep doing it. And that's why the rest started to sign up as well. So thank you. Even pros, beginners. Ang ganda nga actually kung mix ng beginners and pros. Because you see, nagle-level up ka agad. It's an interactive webinar. I'm telling you right now, ha. I'm not the type na salita lang ako ng salita.
Lecture
I think a lot of
lang.
people get shocked na by the time, like, at one part, all right, mic's on. They're like, huh? And at one point, all right, camera's on. They're like, ay, hindi ako ayos.
Teka muna, terror coach ka ba? Hindi, joke. Are you
Diba?
terror?
Sayang naman.
Hindi naman. Mabait ka ba, gentle coach? O ano, how are you like during a class?
I'm
Nagtatanong
mixed. I'm both sugar and spice. I won't deny.
Okay. Basta she tells it as it is.
Yes,
natin.
I will. I will tell it as it is. But again, I'm in the business of words, right? So trust that I do choose my words carefully, especially as a teacher.
That's a good one.
Because the last thing I would like to happen is to discourage a participant.
Tama.
And that is not a teacher's role. Diba?
Okay.
I take that to heart.
Next
Mentor. Mentor talaga yung ano din. It's all about mentorship. We have another picture.
Huh? Okay,
Ito,
pick.
another
Ay, there you go!
Yay.
Pampataba ng puso. Pampataba ng puso. You know, I didn't even know. Because I was nominated, that I know. And I wasn't invited during the actual event.
Hala, hindi invited.
So, for me, it was, nanalo ba ako? Hindi, ganyan. Until, I think it was from Chris Villonco who messaged me in Facebook, Isa, you won! Yeah, parang, I was like, huh? I didn't know. And then Ma'am Shirley, Halili Cruz also, she was there. Sabi niya, Isa, you won. I'll have it, picked up. And then padala namin sa'yo. So I'm like, I didn't know.
Oh my God.
So that was...
Delivered pa yung trophy.
But what a nice honor, no, to have.
Yeah. And especially seeing the year, 2020.
2020.
Saan siya nakalagay ngayon?
In my bedroom.
Bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my bedroom.
Next,
So,
next photo. Ayun.
yes,
Si
I
Coach.
just posted lang yan. Oh, ayan, teaching moment yan. Di ba, I'm standing on the X.
Yes.
Once in a while, I'll put tidbits, little tips in my Instagram. I should be more active, really.
Yeah.
But everyone's going back on set, meaning in studios. And this is really how it looks nowadays. Green screen.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks parang dati lang yan, VJ. No. Nope. The effects and the technology now is so much more, it's limitless. But you should know how to move. Blocking lang yan. This is part of theater training na.
Ayun.
This is me as a theater actor telling you the tips. Parang kung mali ka sa blocking, ay nako, if you survive the likes of Direct Tony Mabesa, of, di ba? Yung mga tipong ganon, even my old repertory Philippines directors, when I was growing up, even in Tanghalang Ateneo, kay Ricky Abad, yung mga ganyan, tatapunan ka ng ashtray or ng kung mamiss mo yung blocking mo. Di ba? Bakit mo ina-upstage? Bakit mo sinisira ang blocking ko? There's a point why you should hit your mark. Because probably someone else has to, that's theater. But here, it's because, like here, framing. If yan, putol na kamay ko. Diba? I'll be like, hi, putol na kamay ko. So know how diba? This is where you move.
This is your space.
Sayang. So work with it. Exactly. So work with what you have. That's really what it is.
All right.
If you miss your marker, you'll host like this.
Ayun.
Hi everybody, kamusta? Di ba? Parang, ano itsura mo? Ang pangit mo. Sinayan mo
Ayan na.
Exactly. Sinayan mo yung effort ng production, ng director, ng framing nila. Listen to them. They set it up.
Yes.
Good one.
Next photo. Yun.
Kayo ha? Kanina lang yan ha?
Trolling.
Yes.
Kanina lang yan ha?
Where is this?
Gorgeousness.
Well, it's also to thank Twinkle Ferraren, who always is kind enough to share with me or lend me her wares. She specializes in hand-woven fabrics.
Nice.
So I have a show, Dance Exchange on Air, with the NCCA under Ma'am Shirley Halili Cruz. So, syempre, she always wants Isa Filipiniana fabrics, diba? So, wala lang. Kasi, tsaka totoo naman yung post ko, basahin niyo yung caption yan. Ano nangyari sa lamig? Diba? Last Monday, ang lamig-lamig. Ngayon, ang init-init.
Oo nga.
Diba? I'm looking at my window.
Oo.
So, post ko lang is, what happened to the cold?
Yeah.
But where was that taken? Where were
That was
you?
in Aman.
That's what I like about your
Oo.
post. Parang may halong wittiness, inspirational, gano'n.
And workout, syempre. We're still in the balik alindog quarter. Diba? After Christmas and especially quarantine, diba?
Yes.
Post on, everyone's like, me, exercise. So, yeah.
So, parang, Isa, that was a glimpse of your life outside of the screen,
Posting.
diba? So, maybe share with us, what are you like outside of work? Like, what do you like to do to relax? Ganyan. Who do you spend time with?
Are you always like this? Bubbly?
No.
Bubbly?
Oh,
Where do
no.
you get your energy?
I have an on and off switch.
Okay.
I have an on and on switch. Off and on switch.
Okay.
If we were in a live event, the second my foot hits the first stair towards the stage, on na ko.
Okay.
Actually, standing by the wing, backstage, by the right side, the left side, on na ko. Diba? But at home, no, I'm actually sungit pa nga. Tanungin mo si Phil.
Oh my goodness. My
Sungit
goodness.
God pa, yung mga ganon. So,
May
diba?
sungit.
And I'm actually a very strict mom. I'm always maano with the manners and values of my kids, diba? Habits nila. I'll be like, oh, fix your bed, diba? Brush your teeth, yung mga ganyan. That's loving na when I bark. Yun. I'm a barker.
Nagka-aris ka ba? Just like, so similar to...
Oh, yeah. How many
Diba?
kids do
Parang,
you
did you finish your homework? Why are you playing your video game na? I'm being real. I'm a very transparent person.
How many kids do you have, if we may ask?
I have 2 girls, one almost 16 and one 11.
Magkaiba sila ng development.
Teenager, tsaka
Yes,
Teenager.
I have a teenager. Mabait naman so far.
Kasi si mom.
Si mom, baka mag-bark.
Nagbabark.
Alam na nila yung boses ko.
Mm-mm.
Nakukuha sa tingin.
Oh my goodness.
So, yung energy level mo, na-off mo, na-on mo.
Oo
diba?
nga.
Pero yun, we were wondering how you can spend like a whole day just hosting. And I'm sure that's very
Oo nga eh.
difficult, energy-wise.
Yeah.
Love what you do. I have never treated this just as a job. I really think it shows.
Yes.
You know I love what I'm doing. I don't do it just for the money. In fact, it's one of the things I tell my girls, do what you love, the money will follow. If you love something so much, you'll find ways to improve yourself, to get better. And that's why the money will follow. You know, you don't have to be great at it at the first. Two, it's really an exchange of energy, which I know is a struggle. When people say, ano mas mahirap, online or live? Honestly, it's online. Live, you harness the energy of a crowd. Here, you are projecting, this is the truth po, to a black hole. It's a black hole.
I agree.
Diba? You're projecting. So you have to generate it from within. So again, back to first lesson kanina, authenticity. Magpakatotoo ka. Generate it in you para ma-connect.
Good advice. Ang
Oo
ganda-ganda.
nga eh.
Pero friends, paano na? I want to know more sana.
Oo nga eh.
I know, bitin na. 3 o'clock na. Wow,
I
dami na natin.
know.
Yeah,
So,
dami pa. And then
you.
we've been getting a lot of love, and hello.
Ay,
Online.
Yeah, like
So-
Tina
Hi,
Cabanay.
Jomer! Ayun, actually,
Yes.
ako rin tumingin na. Ayan, naka, sa
Oo,
Facebook.
diba?
Hi, Tina! Jomer!
Yes.
Kahayo. Uy, si Jomer yan. Pag tech, di ba sabi ko sa'yo, I'm friends with a lot of production people. Yan si Jomer, tinuturuan ako niyan. Sa sounds, Miss Issa, gantong mic, ayusin niyo yung ganyan. Pag sa webinar, siya yung sasabing, can you log in again or ganyan-ganyan. Listen to your prod people. They know what they're doing. They will help you look and sound good. Hi to Owen. Hi, Care Baleras. Hi,
Yes.
thank you. Ayan, thank
May
you for watching,
OMG si
everyone.
Care. OMG, si Miss Isa.
Diba? Thank you. Ronald. Yeah, Ronald was one of my attendees. Ronald
Ang
was
dami
from
nila,
the...
oh. They're all saying hello. They
Yeah.
love you.
Thank you.
So
He's from the
well,
motoring world.
I
He's
can
from the
see,
motoring world.
I can see why people love you, Isa.
Oo.
Ay, thanks, Tina. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I tried.
yeah.
Raquel Reyes says, great tips. Oh, diba?
Thank
Ang
you.
dami sila.
Enroll kayo.
Enroll na. When is your next
enroll
one?
kayo.
Maybe you can share with us your next schedule. Before
Actually,
we end.
now, I say na lang, if you can put together a group of 5, or just send me a PM. Because if I get at least 3 to 4 inquiries, I contact them again and say, hi, how's your Saturday? Ideally, Saturday para no work. But then, kahit weekdays na naman, I mean, work from home, diba? So, sometimes kasi, I also have to check, wala ba akong event? Yung mga ganon. So, if I get 3 or 4 inquiries asking when is the next one, I'll give 2 to 3 dates or 2 dates para we can nail something. And then I already have at least a minimum of 5. Diba? Para lang it's also worth my time. And they can learn from each other.
Yeah.
So is that like a one-day thing or several weekends? How long does it
It's
take?
a one-day thing. It's an hour and a half.
Okay.
The online impact webinar is an hour and a half. I am open to corporate group bookings, of course, and that's really the big groups. I can accommodate already up to 150.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I do that. Is there's a lecture part and there's application sessions, like maybe 40 minutes each, para you can practice. Because again, how I describe it is, the lecture is like the book, but you need to do a push-up. You cannot do the push-up until you actually do it. You can't read to learn a push-up.
That's
Diba?
true. That's true.
So the lecture is, I'll tell you all my tips. Baka ma-overwhelm kayo. That's why we apply it. So I ask people, you try it. I'll be like, do it again, hit this, hit that. And I really love that moment when they're like,
Diba?
like, yun. And that feeling of nagawa nila.
Yes. Accomplishment.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, keep doing it, Don't lose it. Don't lose it. So, yeah, I have corporate group bookings. I actually have 2 webinars that I offer. One is my foundation course, which is Online Impact, Upgrade Your Online Presence and Delivery. And the other is more advanced, Navigating the Flow, Online Moderating,
Ayun.
and Interviews. Because,
Ang
again,
ganda.
you're talking to 5, 6, 9 people. I've already interviewed 12 people at one go.
Wow.
In a webinar. So it's different. How do you retain info? How do you not get lost? Diba? And how do you make sure everyone has a say? May isang madaldal, may isa hindi masyado, pero both have to talk. So that's in my moderating and interviews, online interviews webinar. I have yet to fix my third, which is the fun part. Doing games, online games, parties.
oo nga.
Breaking
That's a
the
different
ice.
skill.
That's
It's also a
something
different
that you
skill.
learn.
So
know.
I'm like, wait lang. Dami po nangyayari. Everyone's in the
dami.
foundation course
So actually, ang dami pala, no? It really opens up to a new world din itong online navigation. Virtualization, as they say.
Yeah. And Issa has shown us what it takes to
Yes.
grab all these opportunities coming her way just because she is a go, go, go kind of girl.
Oo nga.
Go lang, diba?
So yung
Diba?
mga nag-share ng show natin ngayon, thank you very much.
Yes,
But
thank you.
sign up for her webinars
Yes.
also.
Please check out One Lit Corp, both on Instagram and Facebook, or just me. Check out Issa Litton.
Okay.
Issa Litton, send me a private message or DM. I reply naman.
Okay, so this
Thank
has
you,
been...
Dina, Francine.
Thank you, Issa, for
Thank
joining us
you.
this
Thank
afternoon.
you.
We've learned a lot from you, even though we know it's just,
Oo Parang ano lang to sneak peek lang to
Sneak
ng
peek
webinar.
lang.
Gusto pa
That's the
natin
surface. There's so much more.
We hope to-
Appetizer pa lang ito.
appetizer. So we hope to see you again, hopefully in one of your lectures or webinars
Yes.
to learn more from Issa Litton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the energy exchange, Isa.
And this has been Dina Ventura.
And Francine Marquez.
And this has been Pairfect.
Thank you. See you next week.